They say your home is supposed to be the safest place in the world, but for one woman, her home became the beginning of her worst nightmare, and it all started with a soft scratching sound coming from inside her walls. In 2022, a 34-year-old woman named Emily bought a small, isolated house just outside of town. Nothing fancy. 1 floor, 3 bedrooms, quiet neighborhood. She loved the peace and the feeling of starting over, but almost immediately, she noticed things felt wrong. At night, the air grew cold, unnaturally cold. Little things went missing, a cup from the kitchen, a sock from her laundry. At first, she blamed herself, stress maybe, moving fatigue, until one night, when she heard it clearly, a faint rhythmic scratching, coming from inside the wall behind her bed. Not mice, not pipes, something slow, something deliberate. She sat up in bed, holding her breath, heart racing. The sound stopped. Silence. But when she turned off her light, the scratching started again. Emily decided to check the walls herself. She tapped along the drywall, trying to find the source. When she reached the closet, she felt a slight breeze. Behind a stack of boxes, hidden in the closet floor, was a trap door. Small, barely big enough for a person to fit through. She had never noticed it before. And worse, there were scratch marks around the edges of the door, as if something inside had been trying to get out. Against her better judgment, Emily opened it. The smell hit her instantly, a thick, rotting odor, heavy and wet. She shone her flashlight down into the darkness. A narrow crawl space, dirt walls, spider webs, and at the far end, she saw something move. A figure. Thin, malnourished, crawling on all fours, but wrong, with its arms twisted, elbows bending the wrong way. It stared at her, smiling. Emily slammed the trapdoor shut and bolted out of the room. She called the police, screaming that someone was inside her house. They arrived 10 minutes later, but when they searched the crawl space, it was empty. No footprints, no signs of life, only the smell and deep gouges in the dirt walls, as if someone, or something, had been living down there for a long, long time. The police installed a hidden camera inside the closet. Emily moved into a hotel, too afraid to sleep in the house. 2 nights later, the camera recorded something. At 2:13 a.m., the trapdoor creaked open, and a gaunt, human-like figure crawled silently into the bedroom. It stood up, impossibly tall, joints snapping, limbs stretching. It walked around the room, touching Emily's bed, her clothes, her toothbrush. It stared into the camera lens for 16 full minutes, smiling the whole time. When investigators enhanced the footage, they noticed something worse. The figure wasn't just some random intruder. It had been living in the crawl space for weeks, watching her, listening to her, waiting. And the scariest part? When the trapdoor had slammed shut, it never left. It had simply crawled deeper into the walls.